In this video, I'm going to show you how I built this model and then used it to design a comic book panel and then later an animated short. Stay tuned. I don't know. So this is a Kugel Blitz by Taco, which is on a Panther chassis. And you can tell this is late model because they didn't even have the paint to paint it. It was just the rot brown that they used as the base coat. It's their primer, so they can seal all the steel so it doesn't rust. So let's go kit bash this and turn it into a Kugel Blitz that I can use in my comic book. So I actually didn't film building the hull for the Kugel Blitz. Forgot to do it. I was too busy excited building a Kugel Blitz. But I did film the process of painting and weathering. So I'm spraying the first color, which is olive green, so I can do the octopus camouflage style on it. So this is a Kugel Blitz, which was a late World War II anti-aircraft that the Germans had designed and saw service at the very end of the war in like 1945. I saw this kit and really thought it was cool, but of course I wanted to kit bash it into something I could use for my comic book, so I made the legs so it could be a spider tank. The legs are interesting in that I had to build them from scratch, and that really entailed taking out styrene sheets that I've cut into the appropriate shapes and then glue them together and then sand them. Eventually it becomes something like this, and then you can then animate. I put a joint in there as well so that this can be animated and drawn from various angles. And then once I've done augmenting the hull, I can glue them on and create places for them to fit. Once I build the model, I design the camo, and I cut out all the camouflage patterns using a U-tool and painter's tape. In this case, I used an octopus camo. They call it octopus because these little circles sort of look like suckers, and it helps break up the shape for when you're looking at something from the distance. You can't quite tell what it is really. Then I spray the final color, which in this case is a Dunkelgelb, which is the sort of the base yellow sand color the Germans used in World War II. And I'm doing various tones of it, a dark for the shadow areas, a mid-tone for the mid area, and then I'm doing a lighter tone for highlights. Now I'm pulling off the masking to see if the camera works. Removing all of the masking. It's looking really cool. Once that's done, I do a pin wash and then weathering stuff. So you can see that the exhaust is rusting, and then I put the tools on. So there's a crowbar, there's a jack and stuff like that. So once the model is done, then I start sketching it out and figuring how it works in a comic book panel. So when I'm creating a comic book, it's really important to have a model because you can figure out how you want to shoot the frame. Like you're telling a story, and the story is, this is gonna battle an aircraft. So the Kugel Blitz versus a fighter. Who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, how's it gonna work? Basically you act it out. So what's gonna happen is this Kugel Blitz is sitting there, and then this plane is coming in, and then the Kugel Blitz will see it and track it, and then start firing at it as it moves across the sky. And then you're just figuring out what are the best panels to tell that story in a dramatic and interesting way. So I created this fighter, and I like it because it was from the mid-30s, from a design that was like a precursor to some of the planes that we had in the 50s and 60s and even today that are this delta wing shaped fighter. And so I knew when I was building this would be great in a comic book, and in V2039 I knew our heroine was going to fly something like this. V2039 is really based on my imagination and the experience of growing up with grandparents and uncles who fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and talking to them about some of the vehicles that they used or had seen firsthand. And so I knew when I was creating V2039 that I wanted to create my own world and then create my own vehicles that fit in it but are based upon vehicles that existed. But again, it starts out with a model, because you look at this model and you're like, all right, does it look better head on? Does it look better from a 3/4 angle? What are the hero shots to really show off this model that help you tell the story of it? What looks cooler to camera? Is it something like this and then swoops up? Or is it something that swoops by like that? So when you have a model, you can plan all of this out. All right, I'm going to show you a short animated sequence featuring these two characters. It took a long time. Hope you enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It allows us to make more videos.